Hi guys, I'm Tinette and this is my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to painting February, and this is the calendar of the indigenous flowers for 2025. If you want these artworks or the entire calendar, it is available on my website. I will be painting with my Winsor Newton and Daniel Smith paint. If you want to purchase any of these products, it is listed below. I also use my two paint brushes, my size 4, my size 3 from Princeton Aqua Elite, and I'll be using my own handmade watercolor metallic paint. This is like a brown bronzy shimmery color that I want to just use for the February. So because February is a little bit above and I will have to put my hand in these areas to paint it, we're just going to start with our word February immediately. So I have my glass of water and my painting cloth. So with watercolor paint, metallic, especially handmade metallic paint, it takes a little bit longer to activate, so we just want to mix that and make sure there is enough paint when we start painting. I'm going to clean my paintbrush and then I'm going to kind of swirl my paintbrush on my painting cloth to just get all the bristles nice together. Now I'm going to start with my brown bronze color, and I'm going to start painting my February, and you'll see I've only added a little bit of paint on the tip of the paintbrush. This is why I wash the paintbrush and only put paint on the tip, so that I have those nice thin lines when we're painting February. Just another tip that I can give you: the softer you press with your paintbrush on the paper, the thinner the line, especially when we paint finer detail like what I'm doing now. Today we are going to paint with our oranges. I'm going to start with my size 4 paintbrush, and we're going to start on this petal. So the biggest tip that I can give you is to paint every second area and have every area as its own individual, so don't copy and paste them. So for instance, this one I'm going to make yellow. I'm going to add in my orange, and I have more orange than yellow, so this petal is more orange. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my burnt umber, the tiniest bit of burnt umber, and I just place it in this center where it touches the flower, and I can just pull it up. So I'm literally just pulling it up into the petal. So you kind of want those lines, but it should be darker in this area. So now I'm going to skip these two petals and paint this one. And then this one I'll start with my yellow, and I'm only putting yellow on the two edges. So if you have less color, or if you paint the area with less paint, it's better to have less paint on the paintbrush. And then I'm going to go in with my orange, and I'm just going to drag that down and make sure that it touches the yellow so it all blends out. And I'm going to add in some of my burnt umber just on that edge again, and it doesn't have to be as dark as this one, but it is there. While I'm painting every second area, it helps that it doesn't bleed into each other. This one we're going to have yellow all the way down and only have oranges on its sides, even though the orange is going to blend into the yellow, but we still have our nice and bright yellow area in the middle. And then what also helps is if you try and see where it should be light and it should be dark. So for example, this petal is more to the front, so we don't really have a shadow since it catches the sun or catches the light directly, whereas the ones next to it will have a bit of a shadow touching this petal, because this petal is making a shadow onto those two. The brown really just makes it more natural and makes it more three-dimensional, as where it will look very flat, only bright but flat. When painting the green, I'm trying to create a lighter green first, and then I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of darker green just where it touches the leaves, just to get that shadow in. And we are just going to repeat this entire process on these petals. So not all of them look exactly the same. This one has more of a yellow outer line, and then the inside is more orange and red. So we're just going to repeat that process on here and have them all look more individual with a tiny bit of red. And we can also go in with the burnt umber again and just blend it into the wet paint. So we're still trying to just do one petal at a time, and I really like going in with the yellow first and just covering the entire area, and then I take my oranges and reds and build it up on top of the yellow. It just makes the blending much easier working on a wet surface, especially if it's the entire surface. And you can always switch it up with a bit of a different color. So I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of yellow ochre just to have something other than just using the yellow. This is obviously still counts as a yellow, it's just a dirtier kind of yellow color, and it'll add to my artwork. You'll notice that when I paint, I like adding different colors in. I'm not just painting the entire flower one color with different shades. I'm trying to also use different colors. I'm using my red, a light red, a dark red. I'm using yellows, oranges. Unfortunately, my phone overheated and it stopped recording. This is the final product, and the photo is still available on my website. And if you guys are interested in this calendar or any of my other products, it's all available on my website. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel.